Okay, so if you've been following my account for a while, you would know that I absolutely love post-apocalyptic shows. I don't know what it is about the end of the world. It gives me this warm, fuzzy feeling. I know that's very creepy and very weird, but I just love them. I love the experience of just immersing myself in this broken world where it's terrifying and it's scary and it's creepy, but it's also so captivating and intriguing to watch. So of course, as soon as I saw that HBO Max has a brand new post-apocalyptic show, I had to give it a shot. So let's dive right in. The show is called Station 11 and it's based on a novel from 2014. So 5 episodes have been released so far. We're getting 2 on a weekly basis. And I just watched the first 2 episodes. I wanted to make sure that I didn't just watch the pilot so that I could give you a thorough review that's all encompassing, because you know a lot of times shows give their best when it comes to the pilot, but then they drop the ball in episode 2. And unfortunately, that's exactly how I felt about this show. The pilot is absolutely brilliant. It's actually one of the strongest pilots I've seen in a while. It tells the story of a pandemic, yes. Believe it or not, this show was already in production when COVID hit and then delayed filming. Pretty ironic. It's super creepy because you're gonna notice a lot of parallels of things that we've been noticing, from the hospitals overflowing to, avoiding contact. It all feels super timely and relevant. And depending on your taste, so you might want to see something that mirrors our time. I like seeing it, but other people just want an escape. So if you want an escape, this is definitely not the show to try out. Now, back to the pilot. So it's basically the story about one guy and a little girl and how they're making it through this changing landscape as a pandemic is about to hit. I won't tell you anymore if you haven't seen it yet, but it's pretty captivating. The performances by Himish Patel and Matilda Lawler really ground the show. They have a really cool dynamic, and the young actress is actually super talented. It's pretty tough to find really talented young actors, but she really kicks butt and she's just fantastic in the role. Himish Patel is so good in the role because you can sense so many things going on in his mind as he's trying to juggle getting to his brother for safety while not losing track of this little girl who has no home. So he really carries the episode and makes for a fantastic lead. It's actually a terrific pilot because it lays the groundwork for future episodes, it sets up the world, and it's just captivating right off the bat. Now some spoilers, so jump on ahead if you haven't seen the pilot. There are 2 epic scenes in this pilot. One of them is the plane crashing right outside their window. It literally made my jaw drop because it was just so unexpected and so horrifying and harrowing. The second is the 2 characters, exiting 80 days later to a snow-drenched Chicago. It's such a beautiful, haunting visual. And then the show does a crazy time jump into like 20 years in the future when you see a little Kirsten all grown up, working as an actress in nature with some traveling troupe. It's so unexpected and out of nowhere that it makes for a really powerful ending to the pilot. So you can imagine, as soon as I finished it, I thought, wow, this is one epic show. It was probably like a 9/10. And then episode 2 came along. Honestly, I was so bored in episode 2, which takes place almost completely present time, with Kirsten as our lead. Now, Mackenzie Davis is the actress who plays a grown-up Kirsten, and she's stellar in the role, so nothing against her, but there's too much focus on the acting emphasis, the whole traveling theater troupe that she works in. Those scenes just bored me to tears. There was nothing apocalyptic, and while there were little stuff throughout the episode that caught my attention, like the appearance of some cultish figure and the strange man that, spoiler alert again, so jump to the end, Kirsten stabs, which is super shocking, and that adds a sense of urgency, but it's still not enough to make the second episode a worthwhile watch. Like, I found myself the entire time checking my phone, checking the time, and that's the biggest red flag for me because it shows that the show is losing me. Now, because I love the pilot so much, I will try to give episode 3 a shot. I have a feeling it's going to jump and show us different characters, which could be good, but I'm just shocked by how weak episode 2 is. I would literally give it 5, maybe if I'm being generous, 6 out of 10. But if this was the pilot, I would never have stuck with the show. So the only reason I might watch episode 3 is just because of the goodwill that the first episode gained. There's also no sign of Jeevan, who was the lead of the first episode and who was phenomenal. So you can imagine how off balance the second episode made me feel. There are semblances of a mystery with Kristen owning a comic since childhood and this cult dude potentially knowing the dialogue from this comic. I'm not sure why. Something about a prophecy. It's all pretty messy, and it's not given nearly enough attention as much as the theater stuff, which just feels like a distraction and nothing interesting in any way. So all in all, 9 over 10, let's say 5 over 10. So a total of 6.5 over 10 for the first 2 episodes. It breaks my heart because the pilot is indeed one of the best, if not the best pilots I saw all year. So I'm gonna come back to you guys after I watch episode 3, or hey, maybe I'll end up loving the show and finishing it, and I'll give you a full review when the season is over, so that's possible. I just wanted to keep you guys updated. If any of you guys have watched the first or second episode, let me know what you thought. I would love to know. I'd love to see if I was the only one who was not impressed by episode 2, or if that was the general consensus. But yeah, if you can just watch the pilot and stop, that'd be great, because it's one hell of a ride. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn off notification bell to get the latest videos straight to you. Thanks guys.